Hello and welcome back to another Hopi Mel's video. Today I'm going to be doing the I Dare You book tag. I haven't read these questions yet, so let's get straight into it. Question 1. What book has been on your shelf for the longest? I think I definitely have to go with Harry Potter on this one. I think Harry Potter has definitely been on my shelf the longest. I started reading them for the first time towards the end of primary school, so like grade 6 or 7, and that's kind of the time when I got into reading, so definitely the Harry Potter series. Question 2. What is your current read, your last read, and the book you'll read next? Since this year has just been a year of a really bad reading slump, my current read is Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. My last read was Ink, I think it was Ink by Alice Broadway, and I have honestly no idea what book I'll read next. What book did everyone like that you hated? So I've never really hated many books in my life before, and I think I'd probably have to go with the Maze Runner series, especially the last book. That book is always has been, and probably I have no idea if there's ever a book that's gonna trump it, but definitely that series. Question 4. What book do you keep telling yourself that you're gonna read but you probably never won't? I believe that will probably be the Lord of the Rings series. I have the box set that includes The Hobbit, but they're just so intimidating. Like, am I gonna read them? Am I not? I mean, I tell myself I'm gonna, but then I never do. I've started reading The Hobbit, but it's just never stuck, so we'll see. Question number 5. What book are you saving for retirement? I don't have a specific book as to which one I'd be saving for retirement, but I would say probably more adult books, adult romance, things like that, because I still love reading my young adult fiction, my fantasy. I like to read books with a main character that's close to my age, so I don't really enjoy reading books where the main character is in their 40s and above, or their 30s even, because I'm still in my 20s. Question 6. The last page. Read it first or read it last? Definitely read it last. I'm not reading the last page first. No, just no. Question 7. The acknowledgement. A waste of paper and ink or interesting aside? I don't read the acknowledgement, so I don't know if I can say it interesting, but I understand why it's there, so I'm not going to call it a waste of space, a waste of paper and ink and everything either. So I'm kind of like neutral on the subject. Question 8. What book characters would you switch places with? So I don't know if there's a specific character that I would definitely want to switch places with, but there are a few characters and worlds that I'd like to visit. So I would love to have been a fly on the wall or a character in the Harry Potter world. I mean, who doesn't? So question 9. Do you have a book that reminds you of a specific thing, like a place, a time, a person? I have a few. Let me get them quick. Okay, so I just found one, and it is called Trouble with Angels by Debbie I don't know. So I haven't read this book, but it was my mom's book, and my aunt, my mom's sister, used to read this book to her when my mom was in hospital. She was put into, I don't know if you can say, she was put into a medical coma, or she was put under sedation because she had a breathing tube that was put through her throat. So when she was in ICU and didn't really do much, my aunt would read her this book. Question 10. Name a book that you acquired in a specific way or an interesting way. So I would say my most interesting books that I got were my L Crate books while I was in America for a year. I think I got about 8 or 9 L Crates, so I've got 8 or 9 L Crate books. And then also I got Save the Date by Morgan Matson through pre-order through Barnes & Noble, and that's also something that was quite interesting for me. Number 11. Have you ever given a book away? Wait, I have to read this one. This one's confusing. Have you ever given a book away for a special reason for a special person? I don't think specifically anything special. I have given a few books away that I have either read or no longer wanted. when I was in America and had to bring all my American, well, I call them my American books, but all my books that I required in America, once I had read them, I gave them away to someone who might have been interested in them, so that I didn't have as many books to bring back to South Africa, because that was a very, very, very expensive courier payment. Number 12, which book has been with you most places? So any book that I've read has been with me most places, because whatever book I'm reading is in my handbag. I have like a handbag backpack thingy, and whatever book I'm reading goes with me wherever I'm going. Any required reading you hated from high school that wasn't too bad a few years ago or a few years later? And any of the books that I read and enjoyed in high school stayed in high school, and any books that I didn't like in high school I didn't reread. So I have no idea. Number 14, used or brand new? I don't really mind. I normally buy new books, but I do have quite a lot of secondhand books on my shelf as well. Number 15, have you ever read a Dan Brown book? And no, I haven't. Number 16, have you ever seen a movie that you liked more than the book? There's none that specifically come to mind. I normally read the book first and then I watch the movie. But there have been a few movies that I watched and then discovered it was based on a book. But there haven't been any that, I don't think there's any movies that I prefer over the book. Number 17, have you ever read a book that has made you hungry? Cookbooks included. So I absolutely love cooking and I have a lot of cookbooks. Maybe I should go get them quickly. So these are all of my cookbooks, and there are more that I absolutely love to get. So let's look at these. Help, there's a stove in my kitchen. So this is one of the first books I got when This is one of the first books I got when I was learning to cook for the first time, or when I showed an interest in cooking. It's a South African cookbook, which is really nice because a lot of cookbooks that aren't South African based have all these weird ingredients that we can't really get here. All the increments and the measurements and grams and stuff is all different as well. So yeah, so we've got some breakfasts. See, we've got eggs boiled, poached, scrambled, fried, microwave omelets, oat crunchies, fritters. We've got pancakes. So these are pancakes, but I think in America they're called crepes. Smoothies and muffins, bran muffins. We've got some gravy, we've got some chicken pies, so baked potatoes. Good book to have. I think there's a sequel as well that's just recently come out, but I can't remember what it's called. The Complete South African Cookbook by Magdalene van Wyk. I love this book. It's got absolutely everything in it. It's got one of my favorite mac and cheese recipes. It's on page 244. Shh. So this book, it doesn't make a person as hungry as all the others because there's not a lot of pictures in it. This is what it is. So that's why they can cram so many things in here. But they've got a lot of things. So here is savory butters to serve with grilled meats and fish. And then there's just like a table. And I absolutely love this book. The index is very big. So anything you want from the index is here. So there's sago pudding, salad dressing, salads. Then there's avo salad, there's beetroot salad, there's Caesar salad, there's chicken salad. We can go to the D's, we can make Danish pastry, we can make dates, we can make desserts. Then it lists all the desserts. So this is also a really nice book. Then we have Eating for Sustained Energy Book 1. This is very based on eating with a low GI because my dad discovered he was diabetic a couple of years ago. So we eat very low GI. We try not to spike our sugar levels and we try and keep our sugar levels stable. And this helps because there are some really amazing recipes in here. Now watch me. I'm not going to find the one that I'm actually looking for. Where are the meat dishes? Chicken, no, this way. Cakes, puddings, meat dishes. This one. So this dish over here is a meat pie or a cottage pie. But normally when you make cottage pie, you make the crust, the top, with mashed potatoes, and that's a lot of carbs and a very high GI. But this recipe uses white butter beans, and the white butter beans are a lot lower GI, and they bring the GI of the rest of the meal down. So this is also a very good book to have. I really like it. I think there's a whole series of like 6 books in the series, as well as a GI index that these authors have also included. We have a No Time to Cook cookbook. This is books or meals that's prepared in 20 minutes or less. And they're very fun. I'm going to show you something here. They make it all fun and cartoony. So here is a squash frittata. And it's like all animated and it's very cute. And then when they have, let's find another one. Yeah, so this is salad in a jar, and they spread it out so you can have like all these different types of salads. Pita pockets, and then they do different types of ingredients. So yes, lots of hungry involved. And then the other book that's an actual reading book that doesn't involve a cookbook is the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series, because the main character loves baking, and whenever she bakes it's just like, I need a cupcake. Who's the person whose book advice you'll always take? That will be my friend Pia. I've mentioned her a couple times in my book, in my videos, in my books, listen to me. We have very similar tastes in books, and if we need a vent, we're kind of like, please read this book, I need to talk to someone about it, or oh my word, this book was amazing, you need to read it. Pia's advice is the one I hold the highest when it comes to books. Is there a book outside your comfort zone that you ended up loving? I think my first sci-fi book was the Lunar Chronicles series, and I absolutely love that, and I'd never read a sci-fi before. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked this video. If so, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell icon if you'd like to get notified whenever I post new videos. Lately, I've been doing very well with posting frequently, or not frequently. Well, yes, frequently. I've been posting on Fridays at around 2 or 2:15 or 2:30. My video goes up South African time. So let's hope I can stick to it, because I'm really trying to get into a rhythm when it comes to uploading YouTube videos. Happy reading, happy YouTube watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!